Pippa, you're not cooperating. Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. I have this fun, just absolutely adorable little 3D project to show you. It is a little stocking gift card holder. So here's the little pillow box. And this is using the Tags and Trimmings bundle that you can find in our holiday catalog. It actually creates the stocking and the pillow box in this cute little snowflake feature. But just a neat way to give a gift card this holiday season. I attached this ribbon up here at the top so you can actually hang this on your Christmas tree or up on your mantle or other places. But why don't I show you the products that I've used, and then we can make this together. It's really simple. So the stamp set, like I said, is Tags and Trimmings, and then the thinlits are Trim Your Stocking thinlits. But you can get this as a bundle, and when you do that, you do save 10%. I used garden green to do the stamping on the little sock pieces, but you know, I think for the sample that I'm going to make on camera, I'm going to eliminate that. So y'all can tell me which way you like it better. I also used our Quilted Christmas 1/4 inch ribbon. This is also in our holiday catalog. To put the stocking together, I'm going to be using our tear and tape adhesive as well as some glue dots to attach the snowflakes and this little button stamped image together. To do the snowflake and the button, I just used some scrap shimmery white cardstock, so you'll want to get some of that. The designer series paper that I used for the front of the stocking, this is Be Merry. You can find this in our annual catalog. And really the only other things that you're going to need is your 1/8 inch handheld circle punch and your bone folder. And then to put the stocking together, or to put these pieces on the front of the stocking, I used our fine tip glue pen. So those are all of the products that you will need. So why don't we get started? So the first thing you need to do is to figure out what die cut pieces you're going to need from the thinlet set. And so these are the pieces right here. The snowflake and this cuts out the button. So you're going to need one of each of these. This is going to be in your designer series paper. This is going to be in your cardstock. These 3 pieces are what makes up the little corner pieces in the top piece of the stocking. So again, you're going to want to use cardstock. For the snowflake, I cut 2 of these out, and then for the button, you just want to stamp the button first and then just use this little thinlet to cut it out. And this is all done on your Big Shot. So I have everything right here. I've already die cut it out just to save time. And the first thing that you want to do is, if you were doing the stamping, you would go ahead and stamp these pieces first. But like I said, I'm going to try it without it and see if I like it a little bit better. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to glue these pieces onto the stocking and then let it set up. You want to do this first before you start putting the stocking together with the back of the pillow box. And so I'm just going to use the fine tip glue pen and just put glue all the way around. And with the glue, you can kind of slide it into place. So just match up the top and the bottom, and that should fit perfectly. And you're just going to do the same thing on these 2 pieces that go with the heel of the stocking and the toes. And we have something really exciting happening tomorrow, November 16th. our Stamparatus, which is our stamp positioning tool. If you haven't seen my video kind of explaining it, that's going to be released tomorrow, or actually not released, but you're going to be able to pre-order it tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I will link the video kind of giving you a better explanation to what exactly it is and how you're going to go about pre-ordering this brand new tool. It's a new kind of reservation ordering system. I'm going to be ordering it at the same time as y'all. So this just kind of gives you a little step-by-step of possibly what to anticipate. There may be some things that I may have overlooked or just don't know, just because this is the first time Stampin' Up! Has been is doing this type of ordering system, but I think it's going to be pretty easy to complete, and we're going to have a cool new stamp positioning tool to use next year. Okay, so I'm going to let this set up just for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll put everything together. Okay, so that should now be set up. So that is good. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is work on the pillow box, the back side of the pillow box. And what you're going to want to do is make sure you have a bone folder. It's very important that you have a bone folder. And you're just going to fold the sides where the score line is, and then just burnish it really good. It's important to have really crisp lines when you're making a project like this, because this is what's going to guarantee that the pillow box fits well together. Okay, so you're just going to do that. Repeat the same step on the other side. Okay, now the top and the bottom, this is the top with the little finger slot, it's curved. And so what I've done is you just kind of like just gently just fold it, and it naturally folds where the curve is. So there's really not a whole lot of manipulating that you have to do on this part of the box. This little tab here, this is going to go inside the box once we create it. So you do just want to go ahead and fold that in half, and then again just gently fold this curved part so that when we put it together, it's really easy to shut. All right, so that's what it should look like. This is going to actually go like that, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now that we've got that all folded, I'm going to use our tear and tape adhesive on the edges. I did use our liquid glue when I made my first one, and this stuff was just so sticky. It got all over my fingers and I was ripping my paper. Didn't have very good results. So one of my customers suggested the tear and tape, and I have to say it was brilliant because it is working so well. So you're just going to want to put the tear and tape on both sides of the tabs. And one of the great things about the tear and tape is, you remember the red line tape that we used to carry? You know, it was like pretty much once you stuck it, it was good. You really couldn't move the paper around without just ruining your project. Well, with the tear and tape, if you don't press it down really hard at first, you can move your project around, which is really nice because very rarely do I line it up perfectly the first time. Okay, so you're going to see that it does hang off the project, so you're just going to take your fingers and roll the tape back. And I have to apologize for my cat meowing. She's just... Okay, so remember, this is the top, so we're going to line up this side, and what you're going to do is just follow the curve at the top of this front piece. Okay, and like I said, if you don't press down too hard at first, you can move your paper. Okay, that looks good. All right, so now just press it down. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing over here. I just like to burnish the very top edge. There we go. Okay, and just fold that back. And now this is naturally going to curve, so you're going to kind of puff that out. And again, just kind of match it, the pieces together. So you just want those edges to be flush. Okay. And so then what you'll do, and I didn't glue this part very well. This one didn't stay very well. Or I didn't let it dry long enough. So let me see. What can I do? Let me see if I can. Let me try some tear and tape, see if this works. It worked. I guess I just didn't let it set up long enough. Because on my sample, you can see that they're stuck really well. Peppa, shh. She wants to go outside, but she has torn a couple of places in our screen room, and so she can escape out of our pool. Here in Florida, you have pool enclosures just because the bugs are so bad if you back up to like woods and stuff like we do. And so she has ripped holes in our screen, and now she's escaping, and she's escaping into the back of the woods, and she's supposed to be an indoor cat. You know, I don't have a problem letting her around the pool, but she's an indoor cat that escapes, and she goes out into the woods where there's snakes. So I don't want her to get bit. So she's crying incessantly because she wants to go outside. So she won't be able to go outside until we get the screen room fixed. Shh. Okay, I didn't do a very good job lining that up, but actually, let me see. Yeah, so I just didn't do a very good job. So like here, you can see I got it lined up good. So I just didn't do a very good job on the sample. Okay, you're gonna have to go out. Come here. Go. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so now the bottom piece, like I said, this little tab, it's going to go in like this. If you saw that, let me show that again. I think I was off camera. So this little tab, it's going to fit in like so. So that little tab is going to be butted up against this side. So what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of glue on this side, on the front side. And then what I did is I just used my bone folder to press it up against the side until it's set up. Okay, so you're just gonna place it in like so. And then what I did is I opened it up, and from the top, I know you may not be able to see this, but at the top, just find that tab and then just push it up against the front of the box, and then I'm kind of putting pressure with my thumb just for it to stick, to it adhere. So you'll want to do that for a few seconds. So, obviously with me making this, it's probably gonna pull away just because I'm not giving it enough time, but you get the idea. Okay, so then this is going to fold down. So this is like our little finger notch. So that's going to be on the bottom, and then this is going to be on the top, and just visualize that this matches perfectly. And then what I did is I took our 1/8 inch handhold circle punch, and I just punched a circle right here. Ooh, I did that a little too high. So do that a little bit lower. And then I just took some of our quilted Christmas ribbon. So this is about 7.5 inches. Because what I'm going to do is I want it to be long enough to make like a little hanger. Or to be long enough to be able to hang on something. So then what I did is I'm just doubling it up. getting it even, and then I just knotted it at the top. So then you can pull that and you can clean up the edges. Just like so. All right, so that gives you the little hanger like that. And then just to finish it up, I've got 2 snowflakes, and like I said, I used our shimmery white cardstock to cut it out. I just thought, you know, having a little bit of shimmer on there that would be of interest. And so one of the snowflakes, what you're going to do is you're going to cut all the long pieces. And so just get as close to the circle as you can. So just go along and just snip them all off. And you want to get as close as you can because the little button that we're going to stamp and punch out will cover most of this up. Okay, and then just get out your glue dots, and I just put like 2 on there just to ensure that it's good and secure. And then with the other snowflake, you're going to offset it. So these pieces are going to line up with the long parts of the snowflake. So just get it there in the center and just offset it. So it's going to look like that. Okay. And then what we need to do is just stamp the button really quick. So let me get out my garden green. My stamp, I didn't do a very good job on that one, so let's do another one. Okay. And then take the tiny little circle that's part of the Thinlet set and go ahead and just die cut that out using your Big Shot. And this is really where the magnetic platform comes in handy, because this little guy, you know, it can move all around, and if you have the magnetic platform, it's stuck. Okay, so that's what it looks like once we have it all cut out. And again, just use some glue dots to put this right in the center. Whoops. Of the snowflake. So there we go, a fun little focal point. And that's just going to go right there. So then I just used some more glue dots. And just want to make sure it's good and stuck. And that's just going to go right there. And I have it where it's kind of hanging off the edge. But there you go. Your cute little 3D gift card stocking holder. Isn't that just adorable? So here, let me bring my original one in where I stamped, so you can tell me which one you prefer. I think I like the one that is not stamped. I kind of feel like the snowflakes are a little busy, but I wish I had gotten that up a little bit better. Then I could actually use this. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked today's project. So this was using the Tags and Trimmings bundle. Here's the stamp set. And there are some other little pieces. So if you wanted to do, like, you know, diagonals or whatever, but there's just a lot of fun pieces to this bundle to make some really cute tags for Christmas presents and things like that. All right, guys, well, if you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to my iStampin newsletter. I've got 12 weeks of Christmas still going strong. I've got a bonus week for all of you newsletter people. You're going to actually get last week and this week's project out later today or early tomorrow. I'm still trying to get back from get reacclimated from on stage. So that was my excuse for not getting it out last week. Anyway, so please would you, or please subscribe. If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, just head on over to istampin.com. At the very top, it will say join my newsletter. That's where you put your name and email address. But I think that's it. So if you have any questions about the Stamparatus, that's the pre-order is tomorrow, or anything about this project, please comment below and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thanks guys. Have a great day. Bye.